you found the one where you already could picture your furniture in the living room, you knew exactly where your Christmas tree would go, and you've probably already shown your friends the listing. Maybe you've started imagining your life there and how long your work commute would be. And then you lost it. Maybe you got outbid. Maybe the seller just chose another offer, and maybe you never even got a chance to compete. And now you're wondering, what did I do wrong? Should I have offered more? And is this ever going to happen for me? It will. I'm Jamie Herring with the Herring Homes team of Coldwell Banker Realty, and today I want to talk about what to do after you lose the house that you really, really wanted, because what you can do next will determine how to win the next one. So we call this, it's not you, it's me. And before we talk about what to do next, you need to know something important. A lot of buyers assume that if they lost the house, they must have done something wrong. And a lot of times that's simply not true. I had a listing recently in Prospect Heights, and it was a great home, kind of a once in a long time listing that's come on. It was priced really well, but it needed work, and it generated a lot of interest. We received 15 offers. 15! I had a spreadsheet, column by column, and the winning offer was all cash, had no contingencies at all, and it waived everything. Now, if you were one of those 14 other buyers that lost that house, did you fail? No, absolutely not. You are competing against someone, and in this case, a neighbor up the street, with a very specific financial advantage that most buyers just don't have. It's not a strategy problem, that's just the reality of some of these homes on the market right now. So the first thing I want you to hear is this. Losing a house does not automatically mean your offer was bad or wrong or not enough. Sometimes you just run into a situation where another buyer is willing or able to do things that aren't realistic for you. Understanding why you lost is far more important than assuming you failed. And as a listing agent, I always try to pass along that information to the other agents. I usually send an email or a text and I say, hey, we had 15 offers. All of them, maybe except one, were over asking, and the winning offer was substantially over asking and waived X contingencies. That way they can communicate to their buyer and understand there was really nothing that they could do. So what not to do when you lose the house? I mean, you can cry, you can moan, you can thrash, you can be really pissed, but there are mistakes you can make after losing a home, and I've seen these mistakes cost buyers the next house or the next house. So number one, don't make an emotional decision on the next house. There's something called the Rebound House. It's real. You lose a home that you're so excited about, you're tired of searching, you're frustrated, you're down and out on your luck, and suddenly the next house that comes available starts looking a lot better than it did before. So you're gonna convince yourself that it's gonna work. You're gonna love it. No matter what, I'm gonna get this house. Then 6 months later, you realize you bought a house that you don't truly love because you were emotionally exhausted and you wanted the home search to be over. So take a breath. You don't need to stop looking for weeks, but give yourself enough time to reset before writing your next offer. Number two, please do not go dark on your agent. And I see this quite a bit. Buyers feel disappointed, they're frustrated, they simply need space, and they stop responding. They ghost us. And then we're like, what happened? We did everything we could, and you just got outbid. But here's the thing, your agent wants to keep looking for you and finding you another house. They can call the listing agent and make sure you're a backup offer. We can find out what mattered most to the seller and maybe position you if something falls through or for next time. But if you ghost your agent, that valuable information doesn't go anywhere. You need to stay in touch with them, keep working. Trust me, they are disappointed too, and they want to see this through for you, because nothing is better than us when we see people get the home that they really, really want. Number three, don't assume the deal is permanently dead. Accepted contracts fall apart all the time and more often than you realize. We get financing issues. Inspections uncover surprises that buyer is not comfortable with. Buyers get cold feet. I've seen transactions collapse literally hours after acceptance, and the sellers just take the backup offer. So if you truly love that house Ask your agent to stay in touch with the listing agent. I'm a listing agent. I get calls all the time saying, is everything okay? Is everything on track? So it's a professional follow-up where agents will say, our buyers are still interested. Please let us know if anything changes. The squeaky wheel gets the oil. And every once in a while, things do change. And as a listing agent, I go right back to that agent who has been the squeaky wheel because it's a lot easier for my sellers than to start completely over. Number 4, don't lower your standards out of desperation. So there's a difference between flexibility and settling, okay? Flexibility means maybe adjusting your expectations. Maybe you broaden the area that you're looking in or looking in a different neighborhood. Maybe you change your purchase price a little bit. Maybe you can live without that fireplace in the living room. The things on your must-have list maybe become things that would be nice to have. Maybe a larger yard isn't as important to you when you keep losing offers. That's healthy. Settling is ignoring the red flags because you're tired. That's how buyers end up in homes that they were not meant to be in from the beginning. So don't do that to yourself. So what should you do? First, give yourself time to heal. A day or two, lick your wounds. It's okay to grieve a house that you really, really wanted. But when you force it and you go right back out and you skip that time just to be sad, I think you're making an emotional decision. It's an emotional loss, and your brain was already imagining a future there. So give yourself a moment. I'm not saying take weeks to feel sorry for yourself, but don't force yourself back out there into search mode the exact same afternoon if you're still upset. Take a brief reset that will help you make better decisions moving forward. Second, ask your agent for a debrief. As a listing agent, I'm going to try to share as much as I can. So what did the seller choose? What did the winning offer look like? How close were you? Was it the price, the terms? Did the seller want to rent back? Was it the closing date, contingencies? You won't always get complete answers, but when you do, that information is very valuable. Maybe you were only a few thousand apart. Maybe the seller needed a longer closing timeline. Maybe you left money on the table. They asked for the highest and best, and you just came up a little bit, but you know you would have come up more. So you won't know unless your agent asks. Third, revisit your criteria with fresh eyes. So here's an important decision. Was that house actually perfect, or did it feel perfect because you've already become emotionally attached to it? Sometimes losing a home reveals what's truly important to you. You really want to be in a specific neighborhood, and you're not going to settle for anything else. But maybe you've been too rigid about something that doesn't really impact your daily life. Or maybe it confirms exactly what you're looking for and it reminds you to stay patient. Either way, treat the experience as information. Use it. Fourth, have an honest conversation about how you could strengthen your position. If you're financing, talk to your lender about whether a fully underwritten pre-approval is possible. That can make a meaningful difference when sellers are comparing similar offers. Review your contingencies with your agent. I'm not suggesting you waive protections. I've said it many times. I think you should always have a home inspection, okay? But that doesn't mean you have to ask for anything. That home inspection is for your knowledge. So every market is different, and it's understanding which terms matter most to sellers and which protections are essential for you. Also, pay attention to timing. Many sellers care just as much about the closing date as they do about price. So if you have flexibility, make sure your offer reflects that. You could just say seller's choice in the closing date line. Fifth, stay active. Do not stop searching. Go on Zenlist, which is an app that we use. Check in with the PLN. This is the hardest advice because you just want to give up because you're discouraged. And you can take a short break, but keep searching because the market, that house is there for you. I've seen it time and time again. New listings come out every week. And even in competitive markets, while the inventory is low in the Chicago suburbs, it's not zero. And this feeling isn't permanent. The right house is out there for you, and you want to be ready when it appears. I want to leave you with this. In all my years of real estate, I have watched buyers lose the homes that they really wanted. I've seen the tears. And when we talk about the house that they actually got, that is the perfect house for them. They love their neighbors. I hear the same thing over and over again. I'm so glad I didn't get that other house. I'm so glad I got this house. So don't panic. Real estate is not magic. There is not just one house for you in this entire world. And not every real estate story is wham bam easy, okay? You're gonna find it. And if you're searching, you're still learning and you're still showing up, that opportunity is still ahead of you. So if you're in the middle of a tough home search right now and you'd like a second opinion, reach out to me. I'm happy to help. We cover all of the Chicago suburbs, specializing in Cook, Lake, and McHenry County, and we cross the border into southern Wisconsin. I'm Jamie Herring. Good luck with your home search. I wish all the magic fairy dust on you, and I'll see you next week.